Hey, coyotes. All right. So, for the last several days of class, like last Friday and today, we've been doing all these stations looking at different texts from our investigation library, and some of them supporting uh, living in a hunting and gathering type of society, others supporting living in a society that has developed agriculture and everything that comes with an agriculturalist society. So now we're ready to start planning our essay. And today, this recording is around step one, which is developing a claim and focus, which is what we're going to do. So you're going to want to go into our Google Classroom and open up the Era One or Era Two Investigation One Claim and Focus Pre and whatever else it looks like for you. On your end, it always looks a little bit different, but you're going to want to open up this Google Doc here, and it says Claim and Focus Pre-Writing Tool. Put your name on it, always. And you'll notice it says step one, thesis major claim, your major claim, the core of what you're going to prove in your essay. Now, our prompt is, to what extent was farming an improvement over foraging? So we're asking that question. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to turn a prompt into a stem of a statement. So we're going to spin this question into part of a statement. So you might take the position based on your examination of all the text pieces we examined in class, say that farming was a big improvement over foraging. You also might say farming was not an improvement over foraging. These are pretty basic stems, but you could maybe write something more elaborate when you start refining your thesis. Then you want to turn that into a complete sentence stem, put it together to complete the sentence stem and produce a clear thesis or major claim statement. So let's look at some examples of what that could look like. So here's an example here. If I decided to say farming was a big improvement over foraging, I could tag on to that and say something like, especially when examining the quality of life that developed from agricultural societies. So I'm looking at the quality of life. We discussed those things earlier last week. So using that as a basis for creating my major claim or my thesis statement. Now, I'm going to want to focus that up a little bit more. So I'm going to think, what am I actually going to prove in my essay? What am I going to focus on? So looking at this, I'm going to think about all the notes my team gathered in the investigation library. And I'm going to look over those text details. And then I'm going to think up three supporting claims. Like, how am I going to prove this claim? Well, I remembered that when I was looking at text 3 and 4, that I felt that I would have a much more comfortable life. Like, my quality of life would include more comfort than in a agricultural based society than in a hunter gatherer based society. So I'm just going to say, well, one of the supporting claims, I could talk about the comfort of living. Then I thought about text 1 and 2. Those were looking at the tools, and those seem like they had a lot of technological advancements. The difference between the hunter gathering tools, the stone tools, and the metal tools that had specialization and specific purpose. I'm going to say that I could say greater technological advancements might be another one of my supporting claims. I could also use 3 and 4, the especially the Katal Huyuk housing that was far more technologically advanced as well. And then for a last one, I was thinking, well, text 11 was all about security, stability, predictability, laws, order, structure in a agrarian society. And I thought that actually could be another one of my supporting claims that would prove my thesis or my major claim. So from that, I kind of map this out. These are some of the key points I might take to prove that. Now, step 3 is developing a counterclaim. Now, thinking about all those texts, several of them seem to talk a lot about the leisure time of hunter-gatherer society. So I'm going to use that for my counterclaim. Talk about leisure time. Yeah, and just that's not a good measure of society. And then my final thesis comes out of throwing all of this together as one complete and total thesis major